Tonight I wanna get nasty. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Tonight I wanna get nasty. Wake up, wake up. Tonight I wanna get nasty. Wake up, wake up.
What it do, Jules crew? What it do? What it do? What it do? Your girl is back with another video. So I'm officially starting my pregnancy journey with you guys. I'm currently, as I'm filming, this is gonna be my first trimester recap. This is my first child, me and my boyfriend's first child. If y'all didn't already see in the last video, like 2 videos ago, that I already revealed the gender. So I am having a girl. I really wanted the girl, he really wanted a boy. I was gonna be okay with either way, but I've always seen myself having a girl. Like, I've always wanted a girl. So I'm having a girl. I am currently, as we speak, 23 weeks and 5 days. So I'm in my second trimester. I'm almost 6 months, but recently is when I've been starting to feel better. So I'm able to go over my pregnancy. I kept this journal, writing down every week and what has happened. But my first trimester, I can pretty much remember very well. So yes, I am excited. I've been wanting this for so long, but I was gonna wait till I was with the person I really wanted to be with, and you know, the right time. So yes, so let's get into it. First off, my due date is December 5th, 2022. I'm praying for November. Don't ask me why, but I am. Anyways, because, you know, 37 weeks is full term. Your baby can come anytime after that. Prayerfully, I make it that far. If y'all don't know, I had a lot of people don't know that I had a miscarriage in September of 2021. So this pregnancy for me personally have been a lot harder on like my anxiety, because I was always scared to lose the baby. And I know you shouldn't think like that. But I did, and I'm human. And I was always scared like to get attached to the baby, because I had a miscarriage quick. Whenever I found out, about a week later it happened. So yeah, so I was always scared for this pregnancy to even get attached to the baby, like to even really be happy. And I just, you know, am recently now training myself to like Jaleesa get happy, because I feel like I deserve it. Like, this is my pregnancy, this is my time. Even if it is hard, I still need to enjoy it, because I need to enjoy my baby. Every pregnancy is different. I made it to 23 weeks, almost 24 weeks and 2 days. So yeah, but let's get started. I found out I was pregnant on March 25th of 2022. And I remember that date perfectly, because my best friend's birthday is March 27th, and we were going to Corpus Christi, and I work overnight. So I decided to take a pregnancy test, because my period was supposed to start that Thursday, and it was Friday, and it didn't start. And I had a pregnancy test in my room, and I said, let me just take it. And I took it, and it was positive. I took 2, and it was positive. So I went to go buy 2 more from Kroger right when they opened at 6 in the morning. And both of those came back negative. So when I got to Corpus Christi, because I'm from Houston, if y'all don't know, I'm from Houston, Texas. So I was so in denial. I'll probably put a video in. I was just taking pregnancy tests back to back. I literally probably taken maybe 40 tests, and I'm not being over dramatic. Like, I'm probably over dramatic for buying that many tests and even buying them off Amazon just to clearly just keep seeing it, because I was in disbelief again, because again, first time it happened, it got taken away from me. So it was like, let me just keep making sure, like, I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Like, I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Um, but my first ultrasound was 6 weeks and 6 days. This is the picture. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. My alarm had came on. But yes, this is the first picture without seeing like the glare or whatever. But so the first 2 weeks, I found out I was pregnant at 3 weeks and 5 days. Week 4 and 5 went perfectly smooth, like perfectly smooth. It was kind of scary because I didn't feel anything, and I didn't, really know what you were supposed to feel. But I wasn't feeling anything. Like, I was eating the same, I was doing the same thing. And then week 5, and then at 5 weeks and 6 days, that's when hell broke loose. And again, y'all, this is my experience. I know everybody experience is different. Some people have really good pregnancies, some people have bad, some people have, it's just all over the place. So this is my experience. This is what I went through. This is me. So don't judge me or whatever based off of how I felt during my pregnancy. 5 weeks and 6 days, that's when everything got terrible. I just got sick, like terribly sick. I was throwing up, everything, like water, juice, food. I couldn't keep anything down. It was bad, and I was just crying. And it was bad from the time when I woke up. It was okay until about 12 o'clock. Every day at 12 o'clock, it just hit me like a pound of rocks. And I think week 6 was one of the worst weeks of my pregnancies. When everything hit, I was dizzy. I had to lay down. I couldn't open my eyes. Like, I was crunched over. It was a lot. And if I'm looking down, it's because I'm reading my notes to try to remember everything. I was in the ER literally probably every other day. They had told me I had hyperemesis gravidarum. And I just kept saying it was morning sickness, you're pregnant, blah, blah, blah. But it was way past morning sickness. Like, it was bad. Because to be honest, I didn't think I would be able to make it if I had to go that way the whole entire time. Like, if I was that way right now, I don't think and that really upsets me to even that I even thought that way, because it was bad. I was literally in the ER every other day. I was missing work. They had to keep putting IVs. They had to keep putting fluids in me because I was dehydrated, very dehydrated. Couldn't eat, couldn't put fluids down, couldn't take my prenatals. Like, it was bad. The start of week 7 was a little better, which is weird because for me, it was like I would have a few bad weeks and then I would have a good week where I would think like, oh, okay, things are getting better. And then the next week is like, nah, trick, you thought, I'm back. Hello. And so week 7 was the good week. And it's sad because when I had a good week, it scared me to the fact that I thought something was wrong. So I will again go to the hospital to get checked to make sure baby was okay. I got my the first HCG, whatever they check to make sure you're pregnant. My first numbers were, I got that done at 4 weeks exactly, and it was 168. And then, sorry if I'm backtracking, I'm all over the place, but I will. And then at 4 weeks and 2 days, because you do it, the blood work, 2 days later, it was 387. So my numbers were more than doubling. So that was good. And the next time after that, it had went way up. Because my HCD at 5 weeks and 1 day was 4,865. So yeah, it was going up like it was supposed to. But again, week 7 was good. I didn't. From week 6, I was on nausea medication. I know some people just be opposed to taking medicine, but I couldn't literally survive without taking the medication every few hours. Every 3 to 4 hours, I had to take Finnegan. Some people take Zofran and stuff like that. Zofran never has worked for me, even after having my surgeries. Reglan makes my body feel weird, like my body doesn't like it at all. So it makes my body feel weird. So I take Finnegan even to this day. Whenever nausea still comes, I take Finnegan. But it started off good. Now, at my ultrasound, when you're early, they do the transvaginal. That same night when I went to work, I was spotting a little bit. So me seeing anything of blood, and I already went through what I went through a few months prior, I leave my work and I go to the ER, and they said everything was fine, baby was fine, heartbeat was good, everything was good. So in order for me to keep my mental straight, I kept having to go check on the baby because I didn't want anything to happen to the baby. That was just my mindset. I didn't want to lose her. So going to week 8 and 9, started feeling worse again. So week 6 was terrible. Week 7 was okay. Week 8 and 9 got back worse. Crying. I was again in and out the hospital for the same reasons. Couldn't keep food down, fluids. I was dehydrated. I just kept losing weight. In my first trimester, so in the first 13 weeks, I lost 13 pounds. My pre-pregnancy weight, I was 160 even, and I got down to 147.6 by the end of my first trimester. So I didn't gain anything in my first trimester. I lost 13 pounds in my first trimester. 13 or 14. I was either 161 or 160, but I lost 13 or 14 pounds. I didn't gain anything, and I started looking even more sick. And I didn't take any belly shots and nothing in my first trimester because there was literally no belly to take a shot of. Like, I was just small. Me already having a gastric sleeve, if y'all don't know, I had a gastric sleeve in July of last year, so July of 2021, I had a gastric sleeve. So me doing that aided in me losing weight, and me not drinking alcohol also aided in me losing weight and being sick, and me throwing up and not keeping down food, and can't keep down my prenatals when I'm trying, and it's just hard, and I'm crying. And during this stage, I was very depressed because I didn't know how I was going to continue to go on. Like, it was that bad. Like, I was just scared. Because it's something that I wanted for so long. I wanted it for so long. I always seen myself being a mom, and I wanted it for so long. And I just kept seeing other people getting it, and I just felt like I couldn't because I didn't know if I could. But me having the surgery and getting my body where it's supposed to be aided in me getting pregnant. So I don't regret having my surgery. It actually helped me in the long run. But for me, it was supposed to be a good time. People make pregnancy look like it's just amazing on TV, and it's not as bad as it is. And for some people, it is that bad. And it made me feel bad because I couldn't enjoy my pregnancy at that point. Like, I was just depressed. I mean, try waking up every day being sick to your stomach. You can't eat, you can't drink. All you're doing is throwing up. Like, it's very, very depressing. So it was a hard time for me. And my mom, like, seeing me like that, she would cry all the time and say, like, she can't see her daughter hurting. Like, and my mom don't cry. Those that know my mom does not cry. So seeing her hurting aided on me being even more hurt. So 8 and 9 was another terrible week for me. I was in and out the hospital, vomiting, not terribly, but I was real sick. So week 10 come, and I'm back like I was on week 7. Started getting better. Cool. Started getting better. I was able to eat more. For the first time, I was able to actually like really eat and keep food down. That's the first week 10 for me was the first time I ever worked a full 40-hour week at work again, because since week 6, from week 6, 7, 8, 9, I was in and out the hospital and in and out of work. Like, I was on FMLA. I'm still on FMLA. So I was in and out of work. I probably worked like 2 shifts a week, or maybe 3 if I could, or maybe I would go to work and then I would leave halfway through my shift and be right back at the hospital. But week 10 was my first time that I worked a full 40 hours. I was still throwing up, I was still vomiting, but I wasn't as sick. At this point, I started getting sicker at nighttime. And if y'all don't know, again, I work overnight, so that was a kind of a bad time for me to get sick, because I go to work at 8:30 and I'm starting to get sick at 7. So it's like, it's not a good time for me to get sick around that time. But week 10 was a better week for me. Okay. Then we go back to week 11 and 12, and it gets back worse. About the same as 8 and 9. I was back in the hospital like at least 2 to 3 times a week. They were tired of seeing my face. I kept trying to go to different hospitals, and I kept going to the little ERs by my house, or I would go to like the big hospital. And same thing. They would just give me the same thing, give me headache medicine. I was taking Tylenol I was taking Tylenol dang near every day because I was having bad headaches. And Tylenol is the only really safe thing you can take. But I was taking Tylenol, Phenergan, Meclonese. Whenever I got dizzy, I was taking Meclonese. They told me I could take that. So I was. It was just, but I got my genetic blood work during week 12 to see like if everything was going to be okay with the baby, if I was high risk for anything, and then to really find out the gender, because I wanted to do my gender reveal that y'all already seen. Hopefully, if you haven't, go watch that video. It's like 2 videos prior. But yeah, overall, my first trimester was not fun. I was very depressed. I was very down. I was very low at that point. I wanted to be left alone. I didn't even want to be around like my boyfriend, my family. I just really wanted to be alone. But then I wanted my family around me. I wanted them there, but I didn't want to be around nobody. I didn't want to be touched. I didn't want somebody to touch me, because I would start crying. Like, I was emotional on top of all of that, because all the hormones that I'm going through. I didn't want to be left alone. I didn't want to be messed with, but I wanted people around me. Like, I was just all over the place, and it was not a good time for me. Like, that's why I wasn't recording. I didn't feel up to it. I didn't ever think I was going to start feeling better. Like, it was just weeks of pain, in and out the hospital, getting poked. And since I got bad veins, sometimes the most they poked me one time was 7. 7 times they couldn't find my veins. They poked me 7 times and end up giving me one in my neck, which is very painful if y'all never got an IV in your neck. It was a very depressing time in my life. And I know it hurts me to say that because I wanted it to be like the most amazing time in my life. Like, this is my first baby that's viable. And I'm praying every day. Like, my anxiety is so bad right now. I pray every day, multiple times a day, because I'm just scared. And I don't like being that way. Like, I don't like being that way at all. But it's just how it is. But my first trimester, that's how it went, week by week. Would I do it all over again? If I feel like the first trimester for a lot of people was really bad. The hyperemesis was still there. I was still throwing up a lot of times, but it kind of had got better because I was taking the nausea medicine every 3 to 4 hours. Now, if I waited too long to take the nausea medicine, I would start back throwing up. But if I was able to keep the medicine down, then it would be not as bad. I would still feel sick and like I had to throw up, but I wouldn't throw up. And I was eating a little bit, but not much. This is why I lost, what I said, 13 or 14 pounds. But yeah, so that's a recap of my first trimester. Leave in the comments below how yours was, if yours was just a lot better than mine, which I pray it was. But that's how it was for me. You know, if it wasn't, what y'all expected, but that's why I've been gone for a while. And yeah, so thank y'all for watching, and never get it twisted. I love the fact that I'm pregnant. I love my baby. I love her so much already, and she's not even here. But it has been a struggle for me. Like, this whole pregnancy has been a struggle. But that was my first trimester recap. I didn't have any belly shots. I'm so sorry. I was not in a place to take it. I did not even want to use my phone. I was not anything of that sort. But yeah. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on this journey. Again, I am 23 weeks today, and I'm going to upload the rest of the weeks for my second trimester. And then once I get up to date, then it'll be like weekly vlogs and doctor visits and stuff like that. So thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next video. We're going nowhere but up. Deuces.